Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Payoff Pitch 1985. Our 1985 season continues as we now enter late June in this replay. Today's date is June 21. We are at Riverfront Stadium for a game between the Atlanta Braves and the Cincinnati Reds. The Braves come into this game at 20 wins and 43 losses. The Reds are 37 and 24. The Braves are pretty much in last place in the National League West. The Reds are right up there near the top of the division as we get further and further into this replay. Historically, Cincinnati won this game 4-2. This was actually the first game of a doubleheader, so I actually had a choice to choose one of two games. I decided on this game because the second game to be pitched by the Reds had Jay Tibbs on it, and we've already used Tibbs a lot as a Reds pitcher. This time we get to have Tom Browning on the mound, and I actually felt this would be a better matchup here. So we are at Riverfront Stadium as Steeler Fan 1933 is first to join us here. He will take care of the food and drink. And, of course, Steeler Fan will be happy to watch some baseball now, a little National League action. So let's see what kind of game we get here in Payoff Pitch. Starting pitcher for the Reds will be Tom Browning. He was 20-9, 3.55 ERA. Pretty much one of the better pitchers the Reds had that year. He was a 20-game winner, and the man certainly could pitch. The Reds here, let's take a look. Let's have a look at the standings here in the National League. Why don't we? As you can see, the Cincinnati Reds and the San Diego Padres are pretty much tied up top. But with the Reds at 37 and 24, they actually lead the division. Padres are in second place. The Dodgers are in third. Houston at 35 wins is right behind them. And so right now it's pretty much San Diego, Cincinnati, the Dodgers, and Houston. Atlanta all the way at the bottom in 20 and 43 with the Giants. It doesn't look like those two teams will be featuring much. This is actually the last game of my second scheduled block, and we will be removing, will no longer be trying to play the last place teams in each division right now. And to let you know what that was, pretty much it was Cleveland, Texas, Atlanta, and Pittsburgh. So right now, those four teams I will try to avoid when making out the schedule. And now we'll deal with the teams that are right now get a little bit better in the playoff hunt. So let's get to action, shall we? Riverfront Stadium, top of the first inning, leading off for the Atlanta Braves in this game was Brad Cummings. He was the right fielder for this matchup. Browning, of course, is a lefty, and Cummings bats .214 with 3 homers against the left-handed pitchers. Let's see what Payoff Pitch has to offer. That is a defense check 46. Range check to left field. The ball is hit to Gary Reedus. His range is an A, 46 on the dice. That is going to be an out. Reedus will make the catch. That is going to be a fly out to left field. Next up is the shortstop, Rafael Ramirez. And Ramirez batted .240 against lefties in 85. Pitch from Browning, that is a in-play 27, and that's a single for Rafael Ramirez. He will go to first. Ramirez, 3 on the steal rating, 7 on the dice, will not go. And here is center fielder Dale Murphy. Murphy batted .333 with 10 homers against the lefts in 85. Pitch from Browning, that is a patient 87, and it's a ground ball to short. Murphy's double play rating's a 7, Browning's a 6, that is an 8. And Ramirez with a run rating of 6, he will definitely be thrown out at second base. Murphy makes first on the fielder's choice. Next up is the first baseman, Bob Horner. Horner batted .298 with 10 homers against lefts. Wondering where all my Reds fans are. Where is Philip Reynolds? Where is Brandon Baker? Come on, Reds fans are out there someplace. Pitch from Browning. That's a ballpark 31. And against a right-hander, that is a wheelhouse for Horner. Wheelhouse 08, and that one is hit high. That one is hit deep. And that one is gone. Bob Horner absolutely crushes that ball over the right field fence. It is out of here, and just like that, we got a 2-0 lead for the Braves. Two-run jack by Horner, and he definitely had the ability to hit. As Browning pitches Horner a grapefruit, and of course, as you know, he turned it into fruit salad. Here's Terry Harper next up for the Braves. He was in left field for this game. Still 2 outs. Pitch on the way. That is an in-play 0-4. That will be a double for Terry Harper. He hits that one into center field. Browning off to a tough start here in the top of the first inning. Next up is third baseman Ken Obertfell. He batted .243 against lefties in 85. Still 2 outs. Harper on at second. Browning with the pitch. That's a tough 90, and it will be a ground out to second. The throw goes to first, and the inning finally closes. 2 runs for the Braves on 3 hits. One of them was a home run by Horner. We go to the bottom of the first as the Reds are coming up. As Bears Den 007 and Brandon Baker join us here at Riverfront Stadium. And, of course, Brandon Baker says Reds baseball is on the air. Pitching for the Atlanta Braves in this game was Steve Shields. He was 1-2 with a 5.16 ERA. He only started about 6 games in 85, but this is one of them that he did. Leading off for the Reds in this game is left fielder Gary Reedus. Shields is a right-hander. Reedus bats .263 against rights. As the Braves jump out to a 2-0 lead, let's see if the Reds can come back. Pitch on the way, in play, 84, fly ball, center field, out for number 1. As I'm really trying to keep my voice down a bit. It's healing, but whatever it is, with all the screaming I do for you guys, it did hurt for one point. I almost think I really hurt my voice box. Here's center fielder Eddie Milner. He batted .259 against rights. Pitch from Shields. That's a patient 0-3. That's a walk. And Milner will trot down to first. First walk issued by Shields. He averaged about a little more than 4 per 9 innings. First baseman Pete Rose comes up to bat. Rose batted .253 against the rights. Milner a 5 plus steal rating makes it a 6. Milner does have a chance to steal. His steal rating is a C. And the catcher for the Braves in this game was Larry Owen. He has an arm of a 4. Let's see. That would be, so it's a C4. That would be a very good chance for Milner. So we're going to see if he gets to go. So Steve Shields has a good hold rating, though. It's a bad hold rating of a 9. So a 9 or lower on this card, on the D10, Milner will go. That is a 10. He does not go. So Milner will not steal, but Shields gets to try to pick him off. He gets to try to pick him off, so I will go ahead and draw another card. 0 to 9, it is Wild. 10 to 19, he is out. That is a 23. He is safe. Milner gets back. Tribe Fan 879 joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So Milner gets back. Shields tried to pick him off, but he gets back there. I only do a pickoff on a failed jump. Pete Rose will try his hack. Here's the pitch from Shields. That's a ballpark 83. That is in play. In play 15 is a single for Pete Rose. It is an opposite field liner. Opposite field liner into left field. Runner on first advances 1 base with a choice. So Milner has a chance. His run rating is a 10. He will definitely try to take third. He will definitely try to take third, and the ball was hit into left field, and that is Harper with an arm rating of 5. So he's got a good arm, but Milner's got good speed. So 5 or lower, Milner's safe. 6 to 10, there's a play at third base, and 11 or higher, he is out. That is a 4. Milner makes third base easily. Base hit for Rose, and the Reds are in business here with 1 out and the runners at the corners. Right fielder Dave Parker will take a crack at it. Pitch from Shields, and we got a tough 50, and let's see, that is a ground ball back to Shields. Parker's double play rating's an 8. Shields is a 9. That is a 7. They're gonna turn it. Shields turns around, and with a lefty at the plate, he throws to short for 1, back to first for 2. Double play, the 1-6-3, and the Braves get out of the jam. No runs on a hit for the Reds. It is still 2-0 Braves, as the Cincinnati grounds out into the very common 1-6-3. Top of the second inning. Coming up for the Braves will be second baseman Glenn Hubbard. He batted .229 against lefts in 85. Browning with the pitch. That's an in-play 82. Fly ball center field, out number 1. Catch is made by Milner. Here's the catcher for this game for Atlanta. It was Larry Owen. He batted .367 with a couple of homers against lefts. Didn't get many starts, but this was the first game of a double header. So that's one of the reasons why I think Owen was the catcher for this game. And of course, Benedict took care of the second game. Pitch from Browning, and it's a tough 98, fly out to left field. Second out. Steve Shields will come up to bat. He does not have his own hitting card, so you will use hitting card number 3. Pitch from Browning. Tough 54. We already know what that is. That is a strikeout. First strikeout for Browning. He averaged 5.3 per 9. And that is a 1-2-3 inning on the Bravos. Bottom half of the second here is the catcher, Alan Nicely. Batted .266 with 4 homers against rights. Pitch from Shields. In play, 79, fly ball center field. That'll be caught by Murphy. Shortstop Dave Concepcion comes up. He batted .255 against rights. Pitch from Shields, tough, 73, ground ball second base. Taken care of by Hubbard. That's out number 2. And now second baseman Ron Oster. Batted .302 with a homer in 85 against the rights. Ron Oster. Another great baseball name. Shields with the pitch. That's an in-play 45. That is a single for Oster. He smacks that into center. Oster goes to first. 2-out hit. Third baseman Wayne Krenchicki will come up. He batted .276 against the righties in 85. Shields with the pitch. Defense check 0-2, and that's not going to be good. Range check to third base. That is Oberkfell. His range is a D. And with a 0-2 on the way, that is no way he's going to get to that. That's going to be a hit. And against the third baseman, that is just going to be a one-base single. So Oster will hold at second base, and Krenchicki holds at first as he gets it right past Oberkfell. Runners at first and second, and that does bring up the Reds pitcher, Tom Browning. He has his own card. Batted 193 as a pitcher. Don't you just love National League Baseball? Runners at first and second, you got a chance, and the next batter up is the pitcher. Pitch from Shields. In play, 0-3, but guess what? Browning's going to come through with a double. How about that? Tom Browning smacks a double off of Shields. Oster's run rating is 6. He automatically scores from second. Wayne Krenchicki, a run rating of 4. Not a guarantee, so I actually have to draw the double. It's a looping liner to right field as the runners advance 2 bases. So Krenchicki does not automatically score. But Browning's on at second, and we got a 2-1 ball game as the pitcher helps his own cause. Here I am making fun of the pitcher, and Tom Browning says, let me show you Tom Browning says, hold my beer. Tying run at third base, Browning on at second. Here is Gary Redus. He gave up a bad pitch to Browning, and Browning did something with it. Here's the pitch. And that is an in-play 19. Redus is going to have a single. Krenchicki will come in to score easily. Tom Browning's run rating is a 4. I got a draw. It's a long single into the gap to center field. The runner on second does score, so Browning comes around and will score as well. So Redus clears the bases. It's a 2 RBI single. Reds now lead it 3-2. They're going to go talk to Shields on the mound real quick, try to calm him down. Eddie Milner is the next batter for the Redlegs, with Redus on at first, an 8B steal rating. He's got a 4. Redus has got a very good chance to steal, and I think it's and with 2 outs, and Milner batted 259. Why not? Let's see if Redus can get the jump. 9 or lower, he goes. That is a 2. There he goes. I know for a fact, I believe that's going to be an excellent chance. Owen is a 4. Redus is a B. Yeah, that's an excellent chance. The throw to second base is not in time. Redus will steal second. Redus did have 48 stolen bases. That's good enough for me to try him to steal. Now he's at second base, and now Milner will bat. 3-2 Reds. The Reds come right back on this very bad Braves team. Pitch from Shields. That's a tough 35, and that will be a pop out to first base. The inning will end there. 3 runs for the Reds on 4 hits and a stolen base. At the end of 2, the Reds have taken the lead 3-2. As Riverfront Stadium cheers. Yay! Top of inning number 3. And leading off for the Braves is the top of the order. Here is Cummings. Browning with the pitch. Tough 84. Ground out to short. That's taken care of by Concepcion. Out number 1. Rafael Ramirez will come up and take a swing. Browning's pitch. That's a ballpark 92. That's a definite in play. In play 27. Ramirez is going to have his second base hit of the game. He hits a single off of Browning. He is now 2 for 2. Gets a little help from Riverfront Stadium. And now Dale Murphy. Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Very close. I would really have to say yes. Should be in the Hall. Should be in the Hall. Ramirez on at first. Browning will pitch. And it's a patient 63. And as soon as I say that, Murphy smacks a double. And that is a liner into left center, cut off by the left fielder, Reedus. All runners score. So Ramirez comes all the way around from first. Murphy goes to second, and we are tied at 3. Here is Bob Horner. Horner hit a home run his last time up, a 2-run jack. Still 1 out here. Browning. Here comes the pitch. That's a defense check, 42. Could be interesting. Error check to second base. The ball is hit to Oster. His error rating is a 4. 1 to 44 is an error. That's a 42, and Oster is going to boot it. And that's going to be a 1-base error, and that allows Murphy to go to third and Horner to first. As he boots it, throws to first, but not in time, and they are going to give him an E4. First error on the Reds. With runners at the corners, here is Terry Harper. Browning looking in. The Reds are going to call the infield back. They're going to play for the double play. Pitch from Browning. Tough. 16. Strikeout. Down goes Harper. That is strikeout number 2 for Browning. Infield will now go back to normal for Oberkfell. Oberkfell grounded out his last time up. Browning's pitch. That's a tough 26. And that is also a swing and a miss. And he struck him out. Third strikeout for Browning. But the Reds do get a run on a couple of hits and a bad error by Oster. We go to the bottom of the third. 3s are wild on the scoreboard. Leading off for the Reds will be Rose. Charlie Hustle. So he bet on baseball. Big deal. Put him in the damn hall. Here's the pitch from Shields. And that's a tough 96. That's a fly ball to left field. And that is caught by Harper for out number 1. Here's Dave Parker. Parker's pitch is from Parker's pitch. And that is a patient 16. That's a walk. Base on balls. Parker will trot down to first. Second walk issued by Shields. Here's Allen Nicely. Here's the pitch. That's a tough 73. And it's a fly ball center field. And that will be Murphy making the catch. Out number 2. Parker has to stay at first. And a chance now for Dave Concepcion. Pitch. That's also a tough 82. That will end the inning. It's a fly ball to center field again. Also put away by Murphy. And that will do it. 3 flyouts and a walk. At the end of 3, as I said, we have Ménage à Trois on the scoreboard. As we go to the top of the 4th inning, I'd like to remind you what we got coming up tomorrow on Inside Pitch, the 1985 One and Gone. It will be the Detroit Tigers taking on the Kansas City Royals. I've got Brett Saberhagen with the Royals and Dan Petrie for the Tigers. That should be a pretty good matchup for pitchers between those two. Tomorrow night on Payoff Pitch, we begin our next schedule block as we go back now to show the top leaders for now. And I know Steeler fan will be interested because tomorrow we've got the Houston Astros taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that is a big series between those two, as the Astros are very much in it, and so are the Dodgers. A big National League West series there. So we got the Astros and the Dodgers. I'm pretty sure a Steeler fan will not miss that game. Top of inning number 4 here is Glenn Hubbard for the Bravos. Browning's pitch. Tough, 29. And what we got here? Oh, that's an out. That's a pop out to second base. Out number 1. 29 just misses it, actually. A 28 would have been a hit. But Hubbard pops it out. Larry Owen will take a swing. Pitch from Browning, another tough 59. Ground out to second base. Oster throws to first. Doesn't make an error this time. That's out number 2. Here's the pitcher, Steve Shields, using hitting card number 3. Pitch from Browning. That's a ballpark 39. That's in against, let's see, he is a right-hander. And so that is going to actually be in the wheelhouse for Shields. And a wheelhouse 19 is a pop out to shortstop. If that was a hitting card number 4, that would have been gone. But a wheelhouse 19, okay, is over here, and that's just a pop out to short. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Browning. Bottom half of inning number 4 coming up. Ron Oster, the batter. Shields with the pitch. Patient 39. That is a leadoff double for Ron Oster. He smacks that one into the right field corner. That is Oster's second hit of the game. He is 2 for 2. Wayne Krenchicki is next. He's also 1 for 1. He got a single his last time up. So the go-ahead run at second base here. Shields will deal. And we got a tough 0-6. That is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 1 for Shields. He averaged about 3.8 per 9. The batter now is Tom Browning. Browning did get a double his last time up. Let's see, that's a 7 on the dice. Well, the sacrifice is not listed. They're going to let him hit. Why not? Runner on first, yeah, sacrifice makes sense. Runner on second, no. See if you can get a base hit. Shields will pitch to Browning. That's an in-play 19. Browning does get that base hit. It's a single. Browning is going to be 2 for 2. It is an opposite field liner for Browning, so he hits that ball into left field. Runner on second, coming around third. Oster will score. Browning doing it all. And the Reds take a 4-3 lead on an RBI single by Browning. Browning has got 2 RBIs in this game. Top of the order here is Gary Reedus. And there's still only 1 out. Browning, of course, is not going to steal. So Reedus will hit. Pitch from Shields. Patient 30. First of all, that is a wild pitch. And Browning will trot down to second. Shields throws it to the backstop. Now we will do the roll, and that is a patient 30, and that will be a walk anyway. Wild pitch, then a walk. And here is Eddie Milner. I'm actually hoping that Joe Bryan clarifies the rules on a wild pitch. Even though I know what you're supposed to do on a wild pitch is it's a wild pitch and you keep the original roll. Okay. some people go ahead and roll again. I understand that, but then you take away a patient from 30 to 32 on a wild pitch. You take away a 30 to 32 from the batter. So it means you would take away a single in a wheelhouse, a walk in a patient, nothing from a tough, and a base hit. So I sometimes wonder about that. But I did check with Joe Bryan. That's exactly how you do the wild pitch. So runners at first and second here is Milner. Shields with the pitch. Ballpark 38. That's not a wild pitch this time, but it is a ballpark. That Milner is coming from the left side, so that's an in play. In play 40 is a single for Eddie Milner. He gets a base hit. It's a sharp liner into center field. Runner on first advances one base. Runner on second advances one base with a choice. Tom Browning's run rating is a 4. And that is an 8 on the dice. He will not try to go home. So the bases are loaded. And it's a chance for Pete Rose. Bases loaded. 1 out here for the Reds in the bottom of the 4th. Let's see. Reds are going to call the infield in. They're not going to want any more. Well, actually, no, they're going to play for 2. Pete Rose and Shields make a very good double play combination, so they're going to play for 2. Shields looking in on Rose. Rose looking. Pete Rose was 44 years old in 85. Pitch from Shields. That's a tough 96. It's a fly ball to left field. That's going to be caught by Harper. And because that is a tough pitch, Browning cannot come in to score on a sacrifice. So there is now 2 outs. And now Dave Parker will get a chance to smack one home. Fans here at Riverfront enjoying it. And I'm sure Brandon Baker is enjoying seeing his Reds ahead. I'm sure he'd like to see more runs. Pitch from Shields. Patient 97. There's not going to be any more runs, at least in this inning. That's a fly out to right field, and that will end it. 1 run comes in for the Reds on 3 hits. An RBI single by Browning was 2 for 2. At the end of 4, it is 4-3 in favor of the Red Stockings. Top of the 5th inning. And it's also the top of the order for the Bravos. Here is Brad Cummings. Cummings is 0 for 2. Browning's pitch. In play, 70. It's a ground out to second base. One out. Here is Rafael Ramirez. He is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got 2 singles. Browning has been unable to get him out. Pitch to Ramirez. That's a defense check. 70 should be all right. Error check to short. The ball is hit to Concepcion. His error rating is a 3. 1-36 is an error. That's a 70. No error there. Concepcion will throw to first. Out number 2. As he finally retires Ramirez. Dale Murphy coming up. He is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. Pitch from Browning. That's it in play, 50, and we got a pop out to first base. And a 1-2-3 inning for Browning. We are halfway through this game. 4-3 Reds. As you guys know, I like doing inside pitch and payoff pitch, but Tony at CP Cards and Dice is now begging me to get a copy of Fall Classic Baseball. I have not decided yet if I want to. As far as APBA goes, I really don't see me going in APBA's direction. I'm happy I did buy the game to play it out, and I might play a couple of games. I may purchase one season, but Fall Classic, I'm hearing a lot of good things about. And, of course, he says it's easy to play with the dice and the cards as well. So, I don't know. I have to decide. Fall Classic Baseball does have 108 seasons. So, he's got almost all of them. They're only missing a few seasons. I believe the only ones they're missing is 1901 to 1907, 1909 to 1918. From 1919 and forward, they have them all. So who knows? He's begging me to get a copy of it. Bottom of the fifth inning. Yeah, that's what I know you play that too, Brandon Baker. Brandon, I know you play Fall Classic. He's begging me to get a copy of it. I was watching the tutorial, and I believe I can play the game the same way as I do Payoff Pitch. Dice and using the cards the dice roll and using the cards to decide the play. So instead of using the cards for the dice rolls, I don't know. I mean, because I know there's 4 different fact decks. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking maybe I might get a copy of it. Maybe the '86 season. We'll see what happens. Bottom of the fifth, it is 4-3 Reds. Shields will come back out on the mound. Allen Nicely leads off for Cincy. Nicely 0 for 2. Pitch on the way. Tough 23. That's a swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 2 for Shields. Here's Dave Concepcion. And that Suadice will re-roll. Shields will pitch. In play 0-2. That's a double for Concepcion. He blasts that into left field off the wall. Concepcion goes to second. That's his first hit of the game. And now Ron Oster. Oster's 2 for 2. A single and a double. 1 out. And that was an in play. Steal rating of 4 for Concepcion, but he will not steal third. Pitch from Shields. And that's a ballpark 45. He's hitting from the left side. That will be in play. In play 11 is a single for Oster. It's a hard grounder. Hard grounder into left field. Runner on second coming around. Concepcion, he will score without a throw. And the Braves now lead it 5-3. Oster having a good night. He is 3 for 3. The next batter is Wayne Krenchicki, and that will be it for Shields as the Braves will go to the bullpen. You got 2 lefties coming up. The Braves will counter with Zane Smith, 9-10, 3.80 ERA. Started 18 games, but did have a lot of relief appearances. Zane Smith will pitch to Krenchicki with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Tough 0-3. That is your tailor-made swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is out number 2. Tom Browning will come up to bat. He's 2 for 2. A double and a single, and he's got 2 RBIs. He'll bat. Pitch from Smith. That's a patient 32. And what we got here, that is a single for Tom Browning. He has his 3rd hit of the day. Oster with a run rating of 6 will automatically make 3rd. Tom Browning is doing the job. He's not only pitching pretty well, he is hitting, and that he is now 3 for 3 at the plate. The Braves pitchers cannot get out the Reds pitchers. And here is Gary Redus with a chance for the Reds to get more with 2 outs. Oster on its 3rd. Browning at first. Pitch to Redus. And that's an in play 17. That is a single for Gary Redus. Oster will come in to score. comes in to score easily. Browning a run rating of 4. I'll draw the card. It's a hard grounder into right field. Browning does advance to third. He'll stay there and read us to first. It's 6-3 Reds. The batter is Eddie Milner with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Like I said, the Braves don't have a record of 20 wins and 43 losses for a reason. They're 20 and 43 for a reason. 6-3 Reds. Bases runners still at the corners. Smith will pitch to Milner. That's a patient 25. That's a walk. And the bases are loaded for Rose. Pete Rose is 1 for 3. He can really open this game up. Smith will pitch to him. Or will he? Yeah, I'll pitch to him. Pitch from Smith. Tough. 39. And that's a pop out to second base. And that will end the inning. As Rose cannot get any more runs. But the Reds do get a couple of runs on 4 hits for the Reds. And a walk. At the end of 5, the Reds are in command 6-3. And my mother will get that.
Call from Riverfront and call from Riverfront.
Yeah, she gets that. Now let's see. Top of the 6th inning. Reds are in command. Bob Horner will go up against Browning. Horner hit a home run and he got safe on an error. So he actually is 1 for 1. Browning's pitch. Tough. 40. And that is a pop out to second base. Out number 1. Pops it out. Terry Harper will come up next. Harper's 1 for 2. He doubled. Browning with the pitch. Tough. 51. And we've got a ground ball to third. Picked up easily by Krenchicki, who'll throw him out. 2 down. Ken Oberkfell will come up and take a swing. Pitch from Browning. That's a patient 46. That's a single for Oberkfell. He hits that into center. Oberkfell will trot down to first. First base hit given up by Browning since the 3rd. A chance now for Glenn Hubbard. 2 outs. Browning will pitch to Hubbard. And that is a 7. That's an in-play 18. That's a base hit. That is a single. That's a line drive into left field. Oberkfell will make it to third. He was a slow-ass runner, but he'll get there on that card draw. And now the Braves have runners at the corners. With 2 outs. And the batter is Larry Owen, and he will hit. They're going to talk to Browning for a moment, try to settle him down, try to get out this inning. Owen does have home run power against lefties. He hit 2 homers against lefts, but he has the power. Here's the pitch from Browning. And that is a tough 66. That won't do anything. It's a ground out to second. The throw goes to first, and he does get out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits scattered. Still 6-3 Red Stockings, as they used to be known back in the day, a long time ago. Zane Smith will pitch to Dave Parker here at the bottom of the 6th inning. Here is the pitch. That's a tough 0-2, and that is a strikeout. Smith gets Parker. That's out number 1. Here is Allen Nicely. Smith is due to bat first for the Braves in the 7th. They're going to see if they can go the inning. He's only given up 1 run. Actually, he gave up no runs. Both those runs are actually charged to Shields. Here's the pitch to Nicely. Patient 93, and we got a fly ball to left field. That's out number 2. Nicely is now 0 for 4. Here's Dave Concepcion. Smith, that's a patient 0-4. It's a walk. That's an easy walk. Concepcion trots down to first. And now here's Ron Oster. Oster is 3 for 3. 2 singles and a double. Concepcion on at first. Smith's going to pitch to Oster. They like to see if they can get out of the jam. Pitch from Smith. Tough 12, and that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. No runs, no hits, a walk, no errors. At the end of 6, it is still 6-3 Reds. Earthquake in Cincinnati. We're going to have a pinch hitter coming up for the pitcher. As Zane Smith was due to bat first. Let's see, got a lefty on the mound, so let's see who the Atlanta would bring up to bat against him. And I have to go by the most, and I usually go by the most at bats earlier in the game, and that's going to be Paul Zuvella, no matter what their average is. Paul Zuvella had 68 at bats against lefties. He'll go up against him. He did bat 250. So here's Paul Zuvella pinch hitting for the pitcher. In the top of the 7th, pitch from Browning. That's a tough 95. Not a problem there. Fly out to left field. Taken care of by Ritas. That's out number 1. Brad Cummings coming up. This is going to be Browning's last inning, though. He will be fatigued starting the 8th because he's given up 3 runs. Pitch from Browning. Tough 39. That's a strikeout. And what is that? That is strikeout number 4 for Browning. 2 down. Rafael Ramirez is 2 for 3. 2 singles. Browning's pitch. Ballpark 95. That's in play. In play, 79 is a fly out to center. That's put away by Milner, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Browning. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Senior, take me out to the ball game. Be right back as the Reds are leading 6-3. Brandon, since you do play Fall Classic Baseball, you can play that game hybrid, right? Roll dice and then use the cards to decide how a play evolves, right? You can do that? Just like you could play it all straight dice, or you could play with the cards only. I mean, you could do it both ways, right? You can play it hybrid. I've been watching some of CP Cards and Dice's tutorials. So I'm just wondering. I mean, obviously, I know you say that's what you play. I mean, you really feel that's one of the best games out there? Let's see what we got here. Where are we? We are in the bottom of the 7th inning, right? Yeah. So the Braves need a pitcher. Wayne Krenchicki will lead off for the Reds here in the bottom of the 7th. The Braves need a pitcher. We got a pinch hitter coming up for Browning. He will not bat this inning. So let's see who the Braves want to bring in. And I think they'll go with a lefty. Not him. I think they'll go with Forster. Yeah. Terry Forster will come in and pitch for the Braves. He was 2-3 with a 2.28 ERA. Yes, absolutely. And you said fave. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Terry Forster will pitch to Wayne Krenchicki here in the bottom of the 7th. Reds leading 6-3. Forster with the pitch. That is a ballpark 11. That is a wheelhouse for Krenchicki. He doesn't have any home run power, but a 12 is still good enough against the lefty for him to get a single. So Forster pitches him a bad pitch, and Krenchicki still sends it back up there. That is a single. Where is that? That is a single into left field, so that is a base hit for Krenchicki. And the leadoff runner is on. Dave Little joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Krenchicki on it first. We will see a pinch hitter for Browning. He was excellent today. He was 3 for 3, but he is not going to pitch. The only reason why I'm taking him out is because he is now considered fatigued. So the Reds will bring in a pinch hitter against the lefty. Let's see who it's going to be. And with 141 at bats, it's going to be Nick Asaski. And he did bat 298 against the lefty. Nick Asaski will pinch hit against Forster with Krenchicki on it first. Forster with the pitch to Asaski. That's a tough 31, and that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Asaski goes down on the strikeout by Forster. That is out number 1. Here is Reedus. Forster will pitch to Reedus. And we got a tough 18. That is a swing and a miss, and another struck him out. Forster gets Reedus on that play. Nice high fastball. Eddie Milner will now try to get Krenchicki over. Struck out by the fat tub of goo. Forster will pitch to Milner. And that's a wheelhouse 88. Way too high. That's just he chops it right to second base. Taken care of by Hubbard. He will throw to first and get the out. Leadoff hit for the Reds, but it doesn't come up. At the end of 7, still 6-3 in favor of the Red Stockings. Top of the 8th inning. And we got 3 right-handers coming up for the Braves. So I'm pretty sure the Reds will go with a righty. And let's see what they're going to bring in. And let's see. It's a 3-run lead. I'd rather save him for the 9th. They're going to go with Tom Hume, 3-5, 3.26 ERA, adds 10 to the tough rolls. Dale Murphy will lead it off for the Braves here in the top of the 8th. Murphy is 1 for 3. He doubled in this game. Hume will pitch to Murphy, and that is a tough 87. It's a ground out to short. Taken care of by Concepcion. out number 1. And now here's Bob Horner. Horner hit a home run in the first inning. He is 1 for 2, reached on an error. Pitch from Hume. And we got a tough 99. That's a fly ball to left. And that's out number 2. Not a problem there for Hume. Terry Harper will come up there and take a swing. Here's the pitch. That's a ballpark 62. That isn't in play. In play 70 is a ground ball to second base. Up with it is Oster, throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Hume. Nothing there for the Braves in a pretty well moving ball game. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 6-3. Pete Rose leads off against Forster. Forster will pitch. His job is simple, keep it a 6-3 game. Remember, 10-minute ticker coming up after the game. Inside pitch tomorrow, 1985 one and gone, game number 16, Tigers at the Royals. We got Petrie against Saberhagen. Heck of a game, I think. And then tomorrow night, the Astros take on the Dodgers in payoff pitch. Pitch from Forster, ballpark 27. That is definitely in Rose's wheelhouse. No home run chance, but a 45 does get him a base hit. Single for Rose, he goes to first. Here's Parker. No steals or sacrifices right now. I mean, it's a 3-run lead, or in the 9th, in the 8th. Forster with the pitch. Tough 30. First of all, that is a wild pitch. The ball goes behind the backstop, and Rose does go to second. Wild pitch by Forster. Now we do the play, and that is a tough 30, and that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Parker goes down on strikes, but the wild pitch is done first, so Rose goes to second base. Alan Nicely comes up to bat now. Forster's pitch, another tough 69, and that's a ground ball to second base. The throw goes to first for out number 2. Rose's run rating is a 5. He is not going to be in this game. Normally, on a run rate, usually on a hit to second base, the only way a runner is supposed to get to third, at least in the official rules in this game, has to be a 7. This die roll is a 6. If this was a 5 or lower, I would move Rose over. But because it is higher than his run rating, he stays at second for 2 outs. Inside pitch automatically gets the runner over to third on any ball hit to second, first, or to the first and second with a runner there. Like I said, each game has its own certain setup for rules. Forster will pitch to Concepcion, runner on second, but now 2 outs. Forster with the pitch. Tough 52. That is a ground out to first. Taken care of by Horner. He'll tag the bag himself and end the inning. 1 hit for the Reds, but they can't get Rose in. We have 8 in the books. 6-3, Cincy. We go to the top of the 9th. You have 2 lefties and a righty coming up. Hume is coming out of the game. The Reds will go to the closer in Ted Power. 8-6, 2.70 ERA. He had 27 saves. Power will try to close the game. Hume does get credit for a hold, by the way. Ted Power against Ken Oberkfell. Oberkfell will hit. He bats 283 against right, so they will have him bat. The Braves may go to the bench. We'll see. Power's pitch to Oberkfell. That is a tough 18, and against a righty, that is a base hit for Oberkfell. That's a single. Leadoff man gets on base. Will we see some ninth inning magic? Oberkfell gets his second hit of the game. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 inning here at RJL 518? I don't think so. Oberkfell on at first. Here is Glenn Hubbard. He bats 234 against the rights. Let's have a look at Atlanta, see what we can do. And the Atlanta bench is meh. Hubbard is at second base, so let's see, can I do anything with it? Yes. Coming on to bat for the Braves is going to be Claudell Washington. He'll pinch hit for Hubbard, and taking over at second base will be Paul Runge if the game goes any further. Runge bats 290 against rights. Brandon Baker says we will not see some ninth inning voodoo. Already the tying run is on deck. Power will pitch to Washington. And that is an in-play 69. That's a ground ball to short. Claudell Washington's double play ratings are 9. Power's a 7. That's a 7. Shortstop throws to second. Throws to first. Double play. Twin killing. 2 outs. As Ted Power gets his best friend. Last chance for the Braves is Larry Owen. He bats 146 against righties. I do have another catcher. And coming on to bat will be Chris Chambliss. Chambliss will come on to bat. Owen will leave. And it will be, coming in at catcher will be Bruce Benedict if this game gets any further. Power will now pitch to Chambliss. 2 outs. Fans there at Riverfront Stadium on their feet. Love to see a nice win for the Reds. Reds are on the top of the National League West right now with San Diego and the Dodgers. It's a very good division right now. Power will pitch. And that is a patient 56. And it is a fly ball to left field. Getting under it is Gary Reedus. He gets under it, takes 2 steps to his right, taps his glove, puts out his glove, block, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. Reds take out the Braves 6-3, and this one belongs to the Reds. No runs and a hit for Atlanta. I'll give you a final line score and stay tuned for 10-minute ticker. For the Reds, 6 runs on 14 hits and an error. For Atlanta, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Tom Browning does get the win. Steve Shields the loss. Hume gets a hold, and Ted Power does pick up the save. And I'll give the player of the game honors to Tom Browning. He pitched it. He gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, but he went 3 for 3 at the plate, including 2 runs batted in. Yes, Ted Power is the player of the game. Timeout, and then we'll have 10-minute ticker. Wonder how many times the winning season also hits 2 RBIs. Don't know. I know it's happened. I mean, I know it's happened before. I just don't know. I know it's happened before. It's a pretty cool stat. Yes, it is. I know it's happened. There were a lot of good hitting pitchers out there. We start here on June 21, which was tonight's game, but we will first mark Cincinnati's win here, 6-3. As Dave Gardner joins us here a little late, as our game is already done. But now we will start some 10-minute ticker. California at Chicago White Sox. We will start there. That is a 10. That is a win for the Angels. They win the game 7-5. New York Yankees at Detroit. That is a 9. The Tigers win 7-3. Baltimore at Milwaukee. That's a 5. That's a win for the Orioles. 6-1 on the Brewers. Texas at Minnesota, 5. A win for the Rangers, 4-1. That is an Oakland win. Oakland beats the Cleveland Indians, 8-6. Boston against Toronto. That's an 8. The Blue Jays continue to play very well. They win that game 5-2. Cincinnati won the first game of the doubleheader. The second game of the doubleheader also goes to the Reds. They win that game 8-2. Cincinnati takes both games of that doubleheader. Houston against Los Angeles. We have that game tomorrow. That's an 8. That's a win for the Dodgers. The Dodgers stop a little skid. They beat the Astros 7-6, as I'm sure Steeler fan will say it is rigged. Montreal at my New York Mets. That is a 5, and the Expos will beat the Mets 5-4. Pittsburgh takes on Philadelphia. That's a 6. The Phillies get the win 8-7. San Francisco against San Diego. Giants get a rare win 8-0 on a good Padres team. Cubs and the Cardinals. That's a 10. A win for the Cardinals. The Redbirds win it 6-3. We now go to June 22. California against the White Sox. That's an 11. A win for the White Sox, 8-7. New York Yankees at Detroit. The Yankees get that win, 7-3. Baltimore against Milwaukee. That's an 8. A win for the Brewers. They blow the Orioles up 9-0. Texas, Minnesota. A win for the Twins, 7-2. Cleveland at Oakland. That's an 11. A win for the Athletics, 9-7, as Cleveland begins to fall backwards and backwards. Boston at Toronto. That's a 6. The Red Sox shut the Blue Jays out 5-0. Atlanta taking on Cincinnati. Do the Reds win another one? That's a 7. Yes, they do. 7-6. And this one belongs to the Reds. Houston taking on the Dodgers. That's a 7. That is a win for the Dodgers, 9-1. And I'm sure a Steeler fan will say that one is rigged. Montreal and the New York Mets. That's a 9. My Mets get a win on the Expos, 5-3. Pittsburgh against Philadelphia. That's a 5. The Pirates get a rare win, 8-2 on the Fightin' Phils. San Francisco, San Diego, a 12 gives that to the Padres, 8-0. Chicago Cubs against the Redbirds. That's a 7. The Redbirds win another one, 1-0. That is all for the 10-minute ticker today, everyone. If your team won, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Steeler fan, Brandon Baker, Dave Gardner, Dave Little, Bears Den, thank you all for joining me tonight. And Tribe fan, all here at a game here at Riverfront Stadium. Remember, we have the Tigers and the Royals. Inside pitch 85, one and gone. And tomorrow night, the Astros take on the Dodgers. I know for a fact, Steeler fan will not miss that one. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful night. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. You guys in my chat are the best, and I appreciate all the time you come by. Have a good night, everyone. It is the Red. This one belongs to the Reds. 6-3 over the Braves. Have a good night, everyone.